Hello and welcome to EC Electronics. So in this video, we are going to see the MCQ questions from transistors topic. The transistors topic is very important. A lot of twisted type of questions can come from this area, even though it sound very simple. Okay, so you have to really prepare in depth from this topic. Okay, so this video I'm doing especially for the AFCAT exam preparation, which is going to be happen in the next month. Okay, I've tried to include variety of questions from this area of transistors. Okay, now let's see the 10 questions. So this video is an MCQ video for transistors. Okay, so I hope that you have seen the 10 questions. Now we are going to see the solutions. You will be seeing the questions on board. Okay, so the first question is, the current amplification factor beta is given by dash. A, IC by IB, B, IB by IC, C, IE by IB, D, IB by IE. So what is current amplification factor beta? So beta is the common emitter current amplification factor. So the emitter will be common. The input is applied to the base. The output we are going to take from the collector. Okay. So current amplification factor means how much the current is getting amplified. So in order to find the current amplification factor, you have to take the output current ratio to input current. That is the output current to input current. That ratio will actually give you the current amplification factor, or by what percentage the current is getting amplified. So here clearly the output terminal is collector and the input terminal is base, since it is a common emitter configuration. So output current is IC, input current is IB, and this is the beta, which is the current amplification factor for common emitter configuration. Okay, so from the options, correct option coming is A, which is IC by IB is the current amplification factor beta, its value. Okay, so the first question, correct answer is option A. Now moving on to the second question. The second question is, when the signal is applied, the ratio of change in collector current to the ratio of change in base current is called dash. A, DC current gain, B, base current amplification factor, C, emitter current amplification factor, D, AC current gain. The correct answer is AC current gain. Why? Because we are going to apply a input signal, right? So when there is an input, it is called a AC current gain. So the AC current gain is actually given by beta here. For earlier case, we are not considering any signal applied. Okay. But here we are going to apply a signal, and in that case beta will be delta IC, change in the input, change in the collector current to change in the base current. So when the signal is applied, it is called AC current gain. Okay. So the correct answer is option D. AC current gain will be the ratio. That is the delta IC to delta IB is now, it is the AC current gain. Okay. So moving on. Okay. So the third question is, the relation between alpha and beta is dash. So this question is asking the relation between two current gains, alpha and beta. So the options are A, beta equal to alpha by 1 plus alpha. Option B, alpha equal to beta by 1 plus beta. C, beta is equal to 1 by 1 plus alpha, and D none of this. Okay, so you should be knowing the relation between the three current gains. There are three configurations of the transistors: common emitter, common base, and common collector. And for common emitter, the current amplification factor or current gain is given by beta. For common base, it is alpha, and common collector, it is gamma. Now, the relation between these three, you should be knowing that beta is equal to alpha by 1 minus alpha, and alpha is equal to beta by 1 plus beta, and gamma is equal to 1 plus beta. So these are the three current gains and the relations between them. Okay, so here the question is connecting these two factors, that is alpha and beta, and you have to find the relation between alpha and beta, which is alpha equal to beta by 1 plus beta is the relation. Okay, so you should be knowing these three columns, the current gains and the relation between them. It is very important. So the correct answer is alpha equal to beta by 1 plus beta, which is option B, is the correct answer for your third question. Moving on to the fourth question. So the fourth question is connecting to the mode of operation or the region of operation of the transistor. When the collector junction is reverse biased and the emitter junction is forward biased, the operating region of the transistor is called dash. Okay, so based on the forward bias and the reverse bias of the two junctions, the transistor configuration can be of 4 types. Okay, so there are two junctions, emitter base junction and collector base junction. Okay, so EB is emitter base junction and CB is collector base junction. Now we'll discuss the mode here in this column. So first one, when the emitter base junction is forward bias and the collector base junction is reverse bias, the mode is called active. These are actually very basic things. Anyway, very important for the exams. Now, when the emitter base junction is forward bias again, collector base junction is also forward bias, means it is called saturation state. Okay. Now, third case, when this reverse happens, when the emitter base is reverse bias and the collector base is forward bias, means it is called reverse active. Last case, when both the junctions are reverse bias, we call it as saturation state. Sorry, it is called cutoff state. Cutoff. So these are the 4 modes of the transistor or 4 regions of operation of the transistor based on the biasing of emitter base and collector base junction. Now in this question, when the collector junction means collector base junction, is reverse biased and the emitter base junction is forward biased, means it is a first condition given in the reverse form. First this is given, then this is given. Anyway, the mode or the region of operation is active region. Okay, so the correct answer is option B, which is active region. It is not inverted or cut off or cut in region. It is active region, which is option B. Okay, so moving on to the fifth question. So the fifth question is, the input of a common base transistor is given between dash. Common base transistor, where we are going to give the input. Collector and emitter terminal A, B, base and collector terminal, C, ground and emitter terminal, D, emitter and base terminal. Okay, so this is a common base. So this is the base. Base is common. Input is going to be applied to emitter, or input terminal we say it is emitter. Collector is the output terminal. Now where we are actually going to apply the input is in between the emitter and the base terminal. Okay, so the correct answer is option D. In between the emitter base terminal, we are actually going to apply the input. Okay, but if somebody is asking you what is the input region or in the input terminal, it is emitter. Output terminal is collector. So we are going to apply the input between actually these two, emitter and base. So the correct answer is option D, emitter and base terminals. The sixth question. The sixth question is, the current gain of the common base transistor is dash. So it is asking about the value of the common base current gain. A, less than or equal to unity. B, equal to unity. C, greater than unity. D, remains the same. Okay, so there is a formula revision video of transistors. In that, I have discussed about the regarding the current gain, voltage gain, the impedance, and its comparison between the three configurations: common emitter, common base, and common collector. Okay, so the table I've explained in that video. So please do watch it. It is in the analog electronics playlist. Okay, so here the question is asking the value for current gain of a common base transistor. So for a common base transistor, the current gain will be less than or equal to unity. Okay, so the correct answer is A, less than or equal to unity will be the value for the common base current gain. Correct answer is option A. Moving on to the seventh question. The seventh question is, the input characteristic of a common base transistor resembles dash. A, forward bias diode. B, illuminated photodiode. C, LED. D, Zener diode. So if you draw the input chara of a common base transistor, it will have the resemblance to which of these? That is a question. Forward bias diode or illuminated photodiode or C, LED or D, Zener diode. The correct answer is the input chara resembles to that of a illuminated photodiode, and the output chara, it resembles to that of a forward bias diode. Okay, so just note it down. The input chara resembles to illuminated photodiode, and the output chara resembles to forward biased diode, normal diode. Okay, so that is the case for input chara and output chara. Here it is asking input chara, so correct answer is option B. Moving on to the eighth question. So the eighth question is, the small amount of current which flows even when base current IB is 0 is called dash. IBEO, that is the first option. Option B, ICBO. Option C, ICEO. Option D, IC. So the correct answer is ICEO is the minor current or the small amount of current which is flowing even when the base current is equal to 0. Okay, so you can write the collector current, total collector current will be equal to beta times IB plus ICEO. This is the relation. Okay, so even when the current IB is equal to 0, there will be some minority current ICEO. Okay, that will constitute to the total collector current. So the question is asking about the small amount of current, which is nothing but ICEO is the small amount of current flowing. Okay, so the correct answer is option C. Okay, then ninth question. The ninth question is, in a PNP transistor operating in active region, the main stream of current is dash. A, drift of holes. B, drift of electrons. C, diffusion of holes. D, diffusion of electrons. So, for a PNP transistor in active region, the main stream of current is actually due to the diffusion of holes. Okay, so since it is a PNP transistor, it is holes, and since it is in active region, the main contribution will be due to the diffusion. Okay, so since we are applying the external potential, there will be diffusion happening. So there is a, since the major carriers are holes in a PNP, it will be diffusion of holes. Okay, so the correct answer is option C, diffusion of holes. 10th question. In which region a transistor acts as a closed switch? So this is very important. You should be knowing that when the transistor is acting as a closed switch and when the transistor is acting as an open switch, because transistor has a very important property that it can act as a switch. So in which region transistor acts as a closed switch? A, cutoff region, B, inverted region, C, active region, D, saturated region. Correct answer is, when the transistor is in saturated region, it acts as a closed switch, and when it is in cutoff region, it acts as a open switch. Okay, so when it is in saturation region, it acts as a closed switch, and when it is in cutoff, it acts as a open switch. So in order to close and open the switch, we have to shift between these two regions. Okay, so the saturation region, it will act as a closed switch, and in cutoff region, it will act as a open switch. So these two things is also very important, because transistor as a switch is a major topic. Okay, so these are the 10 questions, and for the 10th question, correct answer is option D, which is saturation region. So these are the 10 questions which I have included in this video. I'm really hoping that you found the questions useful. If yes, please do give it a thumbs up and also share it with your friends. I'm especially doing these videos for AFCAT exam preparation. So if somebody is preparing for AFCAT in your friends group, please do pass it on to those friends. Okay. And if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.